Hello, I'm going to try to do this a different way. I've been telling you all I was going to show you how I do my nails. So I've got everything. I am hoping I've got it aimed just right to show you all exactly what I do, what I use, and Levi's left his Legos here on the counter. I was trying to clean everything up to make room for all my things. So if you're new here, please consider subscribing. And if you're not, thank you so much for your loyal support. It really means so much to me. And I had showed you all I've been getting the NAILShack for I think 4 months now, and several of you have asked me exactly what I do because I've heard a lot of reviews that they don't stay really well. So what I do after I put them on, I'm going to show me put them on, how simple they are, and I'm going to show what I was doing and what I'm doing now. And I was also going to show some other things because I'm always getting compliments on my hands. I love pretty hands. I don't think my hands look anywhere near my age, and these are my nails. They really grew out using this gel. I mean, I've always had long nails since I was 12 or 13 years old. I love pretty long nails. I think after I do them this time, because some of them have gotten a little too long, and when it comes time to remove these in 2.5 weeks, they'll be even longer. So I think I will cut them back at that time. And I was also going to show you all some of the nail, if you haven't seen it, some of the NAILShacks, the things I've gotten in the past. And let's see, where am I going to start? I've got my gel, my light thing here. I bought this actually quite a while ago. This is, I mean, quite a while ago as in years, and it still works. This is the kind of light. You can't really see it because the other light, but the light is on. And these cut your drying time down so much. I actually don't know if these work with regular polish. I've never tried it, but they do, of course, work with gel polish. And if you use this and you use the everything that I'm fixing to show you, you will be sold because there are no smudges. This dries instantly, pretty much, well, within 30 to 60 seconds, your nails are dry. It is, I just love it. I love not having a drying time. And this nail right here, I don't know if you can see it, but I actually broke this nail right down here. I mean, about halfway across, and I did not want to cut it off because all my other nails were long, and usually when I cut one off or break one, I cut the rest of them down because I just think it looks weird to have a little bit, one or two really short ones and the rest long, so I usually cut them down. Well, I didn't want to, being almost Christmas, so you will not guess what I did. And it has held up for about a month now. I actually took a toothbrush and I cut like 3 of the tiny little bristles off of it, just experimenting. And I took the tweezers and I laid the little strips, the little tiny little, you know what I'm talking about, the little tiny bristles, and I laid 3 strips across my nail where it was broken, and then I put the gel polish over it, a couple coats, and I've actually taken the polish off and redid it and put the toothbrush the bristles on again, and it's held up to remove it and put it back. To see the first time and then redoing it, and it's still holding up. I mean, it's still, that's my nail, and it is broke, like I said, all the way across. I mean, it's probably grown up some up in here now, but I could not believe, I've tried the bristle thing before with regular polish, and it held up just 2 or 3 days, but this has held up, I guess, probably a little over a month now. Can you believe that? That is just unbelievable. I've also heard you can take and empty a tea bag and take a tiny little piece of your tea bag and lay it across the break and then put the polish over. But I haven't tried that one yet. But the toothbrush one, the bristles, so far it has worked. So I was going to show you all when I first do my nails, of course. You've got to do your cuticles. So this is what I use on my cuticles, a Sally Hansen Instant Cuticle Remover. I put this around the cuticle bed and leave it on for 3, 4, 5 minutes. And then when it's done, I take my little brush like this. I take my little brush like this and I brush across it to brush any of it off. I use this thing and brush my nails every day, 2 or 3 times a day, because when you got long nails, you don't want bacteria or fungus, or I know they say artificial nails do that bad, but I don't want anything around my nails, so I use this brush and brush my nails several times a day. But I do it, when I use this, I brush it to get all the stuff off of it, the cuticles. And then I use this kit that I got from Amazon to push back anything that's left and just gently push it back. I also use this when I'm taking the gel polish off. I'll show you that in a minute, but I also use this to help lift it up. And then I use my little cuticle nippers. You got to be very careful. They're very sharp, but I use those like if there's any tiny little specks of anything left from the cuticle, very gently just nip it off with these. But yeah, you got to be very careful. They're very sharp. I don't really use this thing. Don't even know what it came with the kit. Not quite sure what it's for. But I use this a lot. And then I just put that in there in case I need something sharp. So after I do that, it's called D&D. This is the gel coat that I use. This is a soak-off gel. This is the top coat, and this is the base coat. So I love these because really you can't make much of a mess with these. You put them on. If you get any around your skin, you can use a little wipe and wipe it off because it does not dry till you put it in under the light. So I've already put a couple of coats of this one on, so not to hold you up, because I mean this is just, I was gonna do one more coat over the nail that I broke just to help strengthen it a little bit. But so you just go over it just like a regular polish. See, it's just, I mean, a regular, and this is called D&D. This is, I've tried gel polish before. When I bought this years ago, this light, and I gave up on it. I didn't like it, and a friend of mine told me she loves this. This says it lasts up to 21 days, and it really did. I could have worn it longer this last time. It was about 2.5, maybe a little over 2.5 weeks, but I removed it because I wanted to put the Christmas ones on. So you see, you just put your nail, and I do the top of my nails, and underneath it to pretty much completely seal my nails in. So, I mean, you get it underwater, whatever, your nails are completely sealed in. I mean, as it grows out, of course, there'll be some exposed, but so you put your nail inside the light. I'm sure you've seen this before. So you put it in 30 seconds to a minute. And like I said, you don't have to deal with smudges because this dries it instantly. Now, of course, I brought my regular nail polish out just to show you. This is, of course, what you would use with regular nail hardener. Just this one here is just regular nail hardener. But if you use gel, you have to use the 100% pure acetone. I ordered this from Amazon. I think it was like $8 to $10. You see it's huge. I've taken the nail polish off twice, and I don't know if you can tell, there hasn't been hardly any. I mean, I'm turning it at an angle. It looks like a lot's out of it, but there's really just maybe ½ an inch out of the top, and that was twice. And this is, you do have to soak them in it, or I was going to say, I put also, I've got a mess here because I tried to remember everything I might need. I also use like these if I'm going to be in a hurry. You put the cloth over them. I mean, not the cloth, the little cotton thing. And then you just put this on, and it holds the polish, the nail remover stuff in place. I do one at a time so not to waste the remover. After I've let it set for 5 minutes or so, that's when I get the metal piece that I showed you and kind of lift it off. But you got to be careful because it will break your nails, or you've got to be really careful and make sure that this has really saturated your nails, because it will tear your nails. And I have done it twice with this one, and it has not tore my nails at all, but I'm very gentle. And this is called Pronto. It says it easily removes nail polish, gel polish, artificial nails, glitter polish, and nail glue. It's 8 full ounces. And again, if you're just going to use regular hardener, like just a regular clear polish like this, a top coat, you would just need the regular nail polish remover. Oh, and every night before I go to bed, I put my cuticle oil on. Any will work. I brought the 3 different ones I have just to show you it doesn't matter. You can use any of them. I think this is my favorite. So you can use every night before I go to bed. I try to remember to put that on just to make sure my nails stay nice. And it does not bother with my nails, my polish, or anything at all. They dry, and sometimes it can be sticky. Don't know if you can see that, but after you put gel polish on, it feels sticky. It can feel like it's still wet, but it is not wet. It's just the residue, like an oil residue. You can choose to wash it off, or you can leave it until the next thing you do. Sometimes I will get my alcohol with a cotton round or a cotton ball or anything and just lightly go over it to take the sticky off, but that is not necessary. And I got these huge professional things files from Amazon also. I like these. And let's see. I also, before I go to bed every night, I put on a serum. And this is one of my favorite lotions. I wanted to show you all of this. This is really nice and thick. I don't want to put it out right now and show you just how awesome it is because I'm fixing to do the nails. And then I try to remember to put on some cotton gloves to lock in all that good moisture to keep your hands. I mean, I know it's an adjustment, but I've done this for years. And these are really cheap. I think I got those from Walmart. So this was the Christmas ones, if y'all remember. I love these. Just so pretty. Look at these. So pretty. If you didn't see the NAILShack ones, these are basically, from my understanding, nail strips like polish that has already been dried, so there's no drying time, but they're not going to hold up, I don't think personally, as well as nail polish will, unless you put something over them to seal them in, because they are, I mean, they'll hold up for several days unless you're doing something like unless your hands are constantly in water. They will hold up for a good bit, but not for a really long period. I think I had decided to use a mixture of those two. Let's see, is that everything I wanted to show you on that, I think. And yeah, this was the top coat, and I usually put 2 coats of this on. And see, those are the ones I wanted to show you. I will save those to show you in a bit. And like I said, each one of the NAILShacks always come with some kind of cute little file and a cuticle pusher. It's plastic. These are really nice. I do like my metal one better unless your cuticles don't need any kind of real pushing, or you've got sensitive nails. These are okay, but I like the metal one because it's just, to me, it works better. But like I said, you have to be really careful. So I'm going to try these. I'm going to do a mix of them. I haven't decided exactly what mix yet, but I think I'm going to do this cute one that almost looks like a little dog, but I know it's a reindeer, on my thumb. So I'm going to start with that one. You all know how much I love dogs. So just open it, and as you see, there's several different sizes, so there's a good chance that unless you have some kind of really different shape than most people do, you will find a size to fit you. If there's one that's completely off, then you could always, what I had planned to do, but they do fit me, was to polish my nails under them, whatever color, and then put this over it if there was one that didn't fit just perfect, and if it showed the edges. But so far, none of them really show the edges. So you take this little thing off. I don't really want to take the whole thing off because I'm not going to use all of those yet. So these things are very annoying because they're like static and they don't want to let go. They don't want to get off your hands. Those things annoy me. But see, that protects it. It's just a little clear thing, but it doesn't, it gets stuck to you and it don't want to let go. So you take this, you take the, don't matter, my nail's not that long. So you take this, you got to be careful. Okay, you peel it off. Oops, I twisted it a little bit, but my nail's not that long. So you got it there, and you take your nail and you look as you go to make sure you get it lined up as well as you can, see? And then kind of pull it as you put it down so you don't get any wrinkles in it. So you kind of pull it a little bit, press it as you go down. And then kind of push it down, and then you push it down, make sure it goes down good. And that's when I use this thing and kind of push it down to make sure it lays right. Make sure sure there's no bubbles anywhere in it. And then you take the file. I did get a little tiny bubble in that one. That's the first time I've ever done that. Then you take this file, or whatever file you're going to use, and very lightly, so you got this much left over, so I mean it could be good for really long nails, or to be used if you had short nails. You could probably use them twice. So you just really lightly go over your nail to buff off what is left. See? Just really lightly. Oops. That one's not very strong. Let me get my other one here. So we got, oops. So you just kind of buff it off, but you be careful so you don't mess up. Oops. Be careful so you don't mess up what's on your nail. And there you go. See that? So then, do I want to do that, or I think I'm going to, which one do I want to do next? Let's see which one is the one that fits my finger next. I think that one is for the, yeah, I'm going to do, I want to show you a few of them. So, again, I might speed this up. I don't know, I guess you could speed it up on your side if these don't want to open tonight. And I forgot to get my scissors. Okay. Same thing. You just do it all over again, so you look and figure out which size fits whatever finger you're going to do next. So I think this one, let's try that.